What's up? It's Axxicus checking in live, 9 p.m. local time, and I'm just getting things set up. There's lots going on right now outside of the stream. Number one, my boy, Austin Matthews, looking for goal 70 tonight versus Tampa Bay in an otherwise meaningless game. So I'm going to have this playing on my phone in front of me in the background. And we'll see how that goes. And then on top of that, we are going to be playing some Diablo 3, which you might hear in the background already. And we got a couple of things going on. Diablo 3 Season 31. I've got a Tal Rasha wizard that is full on blasting now, and I've also got a fresh level 70 necromancer. So with that, I'm going to try to be working on a few things tonight. One, I want to farm a few visions of enmity for a boost to my crafting materials. Then we're going to blast some Greater Rift 90s on the Tal Rasha wizard, looking for some primals, but also to cap my blood shards. And then I'm going to be flipping back and forth to the necromancer so that I can try to assemble a bone spear build as quickly as I can using all of those materials. And then finally we might cap it off by running some echoing nightmares for some augment gems. So we got a full night planned for your entertainment and enjoyment. I plan to chat about a few topics while we play along, some random thoughts and highlights from the week. I'm going to share a new stretch of the day for gamers. I've got my second craziest travel story of all time to tell you about. And of course, as always, a new round of Dadvice. So stay tuned. Let's dive in. And before we do, I just want to shout out my 5 most recent subscribers. Thank you all recently for the new subs. So we got Nablung 34343. We got C Burn, and Chris Towns, Jerry Herrera, and Tim Pullen. Thank you, bros, for your recent subscriptions. It means a lot to me that you decided not only to watch one of my videos, but to click that subscribe button as well. So thanks a lot. Let's dive in to some Diablo 3. All right, we rockin'. Just noticing one thing here that don't have my in-game overlay. All right, so let me just get that set up. I don't know, sometime with Streamlabs, every time log in and out. There we go. Now I'm rocking. And okay, so what are we doing here? As I said, we're going to blast on the Tal Rasha Wiz. No, we don't want to create a new character. This guy. This is my Tal Rasha Wiz. You see I'm at 903 Paragon right now. That we'll get to 1,000 tonight with what we've got planned. Well, you never know. Thanks for checking in. All right. So segment number 1, we are going to do farming of some visions of enmity, and I decided to do that kind of last minute because as I was just getting ready for the stream, I found myself a bovine bardich, and that is not usually an item that drops on a wizard. It's pretty rare, but when you find one, it's great because you can open up this cow level, and the cow level has a lot of density. And it's just got a high chance for finding these visions. And again, I'm trying to boost up my crafting material here. So, I mean, I'm not like too short on anything. I can craft one primal already, which is great. But more so these veiled crystals, reusable parts, that's what I really want to find, because in order to assemble my bone spear necromancer really quickly, I'm going to just be trying to like craft gear and re-roll gear and not go on so much of a grind. So here we go. We are going to pop open the cow level. Just like that, transmuting the bovine bardish at the cube, and off we go. With this full-on blasting enabled wizard. Let's see what we can find. Definitely wants Forgotten Souls as well through all of this, so I'm going to be annoyingly picking up most legendary gear tonight. Still, with these visions, what I found in the last few seasons that they've been enabled, it's great for the bounty mats. But don't think you're just going to be reforging legendaries at will, because Forgotten Souls are the limiting factor now. So really important to pick up and salvage legendaries and just farm rifts as fast as you can, basically. All right. Still no vision though. It's not good. You really want to hope to get one early on here. Just kind of going bit by bit, because as soon as an enemy spawns one, I want to stop killing things and pop into the vision. Man, nothing doing yet. I said in my video that I think the cow level visions in general seem to be a little fewer and further between this season for me. I know there's a whole lot of RNG, but there were times, and I've got videos up on my channel from last season. I think there's the first vision. Hop in there. Here we go. There's videos from last season where I'm easily getting 5 to 7 visions in one of those cow levels. And this season, I feel like it's lucky to get 2 or 3. Okay, this is nice too, because you can't go wrong with greater rift keys. Especially when we're going to be blasting 90s. I could probably... I'm pretty much consistently doing those in sub 2 minutes now on this wizard. So you burn through keys really fast when you're doing that. All right, moving on. These first few floors of visions, by the way, you just want to kill what you can and move on to the next one. Then you'll see the legendary drop rates start to go up quite a bit as you move through the vision. This wasn't the one. Now, lots of things drop in there. Oh, and this is the end of that one. Oh, wow, I really just decided to eat those explosions, hey? Okay, well, this is always a fun game, too, with such a short... Oh, I'm already stashed up here. Okay, well, we'll go to town. Switching drinks tonight onto the Rockstar. Can't deal with the inflation on monsters anymore. Not cool. And if you're in Canada, if you know, you know. And notice I'm going to save some crap stuff because I have another follower to gear. Now, on the Necromancer. Okay, so where were we? This way. Killing cows. 1 vision so far. There's the second. Nice. That was quick succession. That's what we like to see. So there was 2 and good chance for 3 now. I don't even think I've done the event yet in that cow level, which is very high density and great chance for a vision. So we're looking good here, folks. Ooh, this was a really quick one though. Already done. Okay, well, with how quick that was, we're just going to try to run out of this one. Get right back where we started. Okay. Go. Perfect. Back at the beginning. One more vision. One more vision. Let's go. Let's make it a long one next time. Alright, here's the event where you're really hoping for density. You're really hoping that the density will pay off in a vision, is what I was going to say. Let's see. Nada. Darn it. It's looking so good there when that second vision came in quick succession. Nothing doing. Oh, we got some of the middle of the map here. Never know. One more. Come on, one more vision. Always loves to see cows flying on the screen. Come on, vision. Come on. Where are you? Oh, not looking good, bros. Think that's it. Bummer. 2 visions only on the cow level. Okay, well, that was... I've been planning for that to last a little bit longer. No dice. Okay, clear up these bags and then we'll start farming for real. The visions were a big nothing burger. Yeah, screw it. I'll just gear the follower when I'm on my necro. Alrighty. So, moving on. You know what? Maybe I'll just do this puzzle ring real quick too. Could always use some gold, and maybe some few more mats will appear. Boring goblin there. More gold. More gold. All right, all right, all right. We are streaming in work mode tonight. I've been so busy that driving around kids and teenagers this evening after work that I haven't even had the time to change after work. So we're rocking the collar to stream tonight, boys. We're down to business here tonight. Okay, so I think we're ready to blast some 90s, but you know what? I gotta leave game because I can't stand having those portals there visible on my screen. Not in my game. All right. On the Austin Matthews watch, we got a Toronto power play right now. So paying some attention there. Okay. Greater Rift 90s. What we want to do here is just blast 90s as fast as possible. And we're hoping to find some primals that we can either use or salvage, and to cap my blood shards. Right now is only at 1600. I might want to increase that too a little bit. Then I'll flip over to my necro and we'll work on assembling the bone spear build as quickly as possible. Cool. Let's go. Blasting 90s. This Aether Walker build has pretty much unlimited teleport as long as your arcane power can support it. So he gets around pretty quick, and I mean, we're just killing everything as we move, so this is why I decided to start with Wiz over Neck, because I just felt like at this stage of the game it was going to be quicker farming like this on my wizard than a necromancer. Although now I'm getting ready. The necro is level 70, and it's probably going to be the class of these two that is going to be able to push a little bit higher. So I'm going to start getting that bone spear build together and farming a little more on the necro as well, regardless of the speed. It's looking like that's probably the best way for solo experience too. The necromancer is going to be able to do a little bit higher of a greater rift a little bit quicker, so probably start turning my attention to the necro. I'm certainly not going to like make this wizard much more powerful right now. Like, I'm going to save all of my augment gems for the necromancer and, you know, craft primals on the necromancer until I'm having an overabundance of all of those materials, if that is the case this season, which I don't know. I've almost had enough of the season, not in a bad way, but it's just, you know, you come, you power up, you have that nice first blasting weekend, get your build or builds on the go, and you do your best to go as high as you can. So right now, so we're leveling up Moratorium, which I find is always a helpful gem for Echoing Nightmares. I use that in any build of Echoing Nightmares. I got buddies farming 140s in sub 5 in a party. It's pretty good. That'll be a quick way to experience for sure. But for us solo self-founders, we're just blasting 90s. It's a tough experience grind, but really hoping for primals and mats to build up so that we can get as powerful as we can with a little bit less Paragon, the big blasters. Oh. The hell happened there? Pulled my screen all weird there. Primals. I actually found a couple of primal amulets on this character today. My first double drop. Of the season. And it was a squirts, but intel, crit. And then some other crap amulet that I managed to salvage, so. Let's keep going. We're just gonna keep blasting until the blood shards are full, and then switch over to the Necro and try to assemble that Bone Spear build. Love all the quality of life features that the altar provides, like extra progress orbs and picking all the progress orbs up automatically. It's just notice right away how much faster everything seems when you start acquiring all those nodes. I'd say it's been a pretty quiet season online. Not a whole lot of clanmates around, and even on the friends list, just a handful of people. Normally is a lot busier than that for the start of a season. But what do you expect? It's a game with no further new content, and we're into the recycled seasons now, and this one's okay. But not as amazing as like ethereal weapons or soul shards, or even the extra cube slot I think was a little more exciting. This one is what it is. We'll wait and see what the next one is. Okay, probably just one last rift. Keep forgetting to see how we're doing on time on these rifts. Hopefully we're sub 2. Depending on the map, of course, but I think we're flying pretty good. Ooh, almost ate that. Wouldn't be the first time tonight. Okay, perfect. Almost at the blood shard cap right there. Oh, we did get a primal. I did not see that at all. Where did that drop from? Maybe the last boss? There we go, boys. All right. Double primal drop that we didn't even notice in the slightest, as I was too busy blasting. But both of these are completely garbage, so we're just going to go ahead and salvage them. And that means that I can actually craft a primal on this character as well. But maybe I should wait and see. I might want 2 primal rolls. On the necromancer. Okay, well, let's pop over to the necro with blood shards and primordial ashes and see what we can do. All right, first thing we're gonna do is gamble. And I am going to look for some boots because I can either get the Bone Spear boots or the Steward's Greaves, and also boots just have the best chance of rolling legendaries, so... Nothing doing, but we'll make a necro tab here. Start storing some things. Really ought to get to Act 1 as well for this. Okay, another go with boots. Nereus, Ancients. Oh, there's the Steward. Oh no, damn those other ones, and they're also Ancient too. Okay, a couple good Ancient rolls, but just not what we're looking for. Okay, there's the Steward's Greaves. All right. I'll save all of those for the necro for now. We'll just put the Stewards on. Okay, so now what I need on this necro is the Scythe of the Cycle, which is a one-handed scythe. So let's make 5 scythes and see if we can upgrade that at the cube. So this is going to start eating into veiled crystals and reusable parts, which, yeah, I'm down on. Might need to go on a run to find some gray items so I can even these out a bit, but for now, let's just keep going. Oh, there it is, Scythe of the Cycle. Brilliant. Now what I want to do is make that primal. Nice. Damage, intelligence, and area. But we need attack speed, but this is great. This is a great roll with maximum essence. Whew. All right, well, this is one way to get blasting on the necro. Brilliant. Okay. Pop that on. Okay, now the rest of these scythes, I don't think I want those. Now what we want to do is re-roll two-handed scythes. Need 10 of these. Because we need a bunch of two-handed scythes in the cube. So we're looking for Relana's Shadowhook, Naire's Black Death, and Meltorius's Petrified Strike. Spike, I should say. All right, so let's go fill up the cube here. Okay, there's Naire's Black Death. That's one we're looking for. Meltorius's Petrified Spike. Can we hit 3 for 3? Relana's Shadowhook. No. So close. Blood Tide, that's good for the Nova. Oh, my bad. Okay, where are you, Relana's? Oh, SOL. Okay, well, we got 2 of the 3 we're looking for. Let's just get those in the cube. And we'll get a Blood Tide Blade in there too for future reference. Okay, should we keep going on Relana's or should we try something else? We got, we're gonna need rings and an Ami as well on this Necro. Getting low on reusable parts. I don't like that. Oh, I don't have my gems from the wizard. I should probably stash a bunch of those. Okay, that was a pretty good run. Got some boots. A primal Scythe of the Cycle there. And we'll go back onto the wizard now and keep going. Another round of 90s. Grab the blood shards, come back and do it again. Now, the nice thing about hitting that Scythe cycle like that on the first try is that I get to craft a primal on this wizard now. And I've been waiting to do that because I've yet to find an ancient Talrasha source. So I'm just going to do that one primal. Makes good sense because these are all stats you really want, and for them to be maxed out, I think it's going to be a boost, so good enough for me. Let's fill that up. And boom, let's hope it's good rolls. But we don't want that vitality, so let's go roll that off and see what that can get us. Reduce all resource costs. That's what we want. Oh. Alright. It's nice. Shitty thorns damage there too. Okay, back to the grind. Level 90s, let's go. That was nice to find those primals that I didn't even see, because that really helped me hit the jackpot there with the 2 rolls that I was looking for all this time. So here we go. We are continuing to power up D3. So this round, I'll talk some highlights from the week. It's a good week. I rate my week since I last streamed as a +1. Wasn't amazing off the charts, but it certainly wasn't bad. Had a good week. Saw some friends. Hung out a bit with some family. Just pretty normal, regular, productive week at work. But one thing that happened was the family got a new car, a new ride. It was so that's been helping us smile a bit this week. It's been fun getting into a new car. We didn't have like a super old car. Our car was about 5 years old. And where we live, where there's some pretty nasty winters, safety and reliability is always really important to us. So we had, when we first moved here, a Subaru Crosstrek. And I guess with everything going on in the economy and supply chain, the used car market has been off the hook. This is going on like a couple years now anyway, since interest rates really started to rise after COVID. But in any event, we own that car, and the dealership has basically been like begging to buy it off of us so that they can put it on the used car market. They have like some crazy backlog of people that want used cars, and they just don't have the supply. So they're going to all their customers that own vehicles and begging them to buy it back. So personally, I like the fact that we own a car and we don't have like monthly payments or anything, and I was prepared to drive that car until it doesn't drive anymore, including that maybe even in some time it would be my daughter's first car as well. But in any event, I went in there real skeptical, and I said, unless they completely blow me away with what they're going to offer, I'm just not interested. Well, it was a little too good to be true, not gonna lie. So they offered me like more than half of what I paid for the car, and the car is already going on almost 5 years old. So I was looking up prices on the open market, and I wouldn't have done better at all on the open market. So they applied that as a trade-in value and got me into a lease, which I'm not totally thrilled about, but there was another monthly expense coming off the books for us, which was after school care, and the lease of this new car was well within that budget, so it just made good sense for us. We got into a 2024 Subaru Outback Wilderness model, and it has been so fun driving around in that thing. It's like rugged, and the interior is super nice. It just has like some upgrades from 5 years ago in our previous car that we never did have. So everyone's pretty excited. Daughter's loving the back seat now because the back seat's got seat warmers and she's got her own charging cable back there. And anyhow, this is nice little boost to the week where we got a new family car. Big fan of Subarus, especially where we live. I think the Subaru is like the biggest dealership, believe it or not, and that's not very common in a lot of places in North America, but out here where we have winters and weather like we do, Subarus are really popular. And I've loved them ever since I moved out here and got my own. All right, carrying on with the blasting of Greater Rift 90s on the Tal Rasha Wiz, and then what we're doing is just maxing out our blood shards and our other mats, and then I'm flipping over to a fresh level 70 Necromancer. I'm trying to assemble a bone spear build over there as quickly as possible, so that's what's going on right now. We're just chatting about the week since the last stream. All right, this one's finishing up here. One more pack. Gotta let this loot drop, man. The last double Primal a few rifts ago I didn't even see because I was too busy probably talking and picking up all the loot so fast. Any hoozlebees. All right. Probably 1-2 more rifts before I flip over there. That might be something belonging to a necromancer right there. That is definitely a funerary pick right there, so that's pretty cool. We're farming for the necro even though we're on a wizard. I will take that out all day, every day. Probably get 1 or 2 more rifts in before I switch over. Still no goal for our boy Austin Matthews, and Toronto is losing now, which I guess the blessing of that going into third period eventually is that we'll be able to pull our goalie and just try to get Austin Matthews his goal. Be pretty wild. 70 goals in an NHL season. Certainly never had anyone like that on the Leafs ever, and I mean that's pretty rare air. You're talking about like 7 or 8 or 9 players that have ever done that before, and if you're into hockey, you will have heard all of their names. So good for Austin Matthews, and we're glad to have him on the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think more so than all of those other high-octane goal scorers in the past. Gretzky, Lemieux, Teemu Selanne, Yari Curry, Bernie Nichols, Brett Hull, all those guys. Like, Austin's a big boy, and he can throw his weight around when he needs to. There are many times I see in a Leafs game where he just decides that he's going to take it upon himself and he's the man on the ice, and I love to see that. Okay, so yeah, we'll get one more rift in before we hit that blood shard cap, so I'll keep blasting one more. Let's make a bit more space in the bag. Come on. Got 11 minutes left in the second period here. We're on Austin Matthews' 70th goal watch. Nice run of pylons there. Ooh, we're getting all the pylons. The pylon run will be a difference between sub 3 and sub 2 for sure. If you can get 4 quick pylons and it's like power condi channeling, well, there's the 4th. So I mean, that's just going to be the end of the rift right there. So this was a quick one. Like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Minute and a half. Gonna need a new gem in a minute here too. Wonder what I should upgrade. Probably Boon of the Hoarder. Okay, clear up here and then back onto the Necro. Oh, that's a Demon Hunter chest. Not a Necro. And a Demon Hunter ring. Down. 85 Oculus. Had good luck with the Oculus rings this season. Okay. Salvage. Then over to the Necro. Okay, Necro. I mean, we're still looking for... we're looking for everything. We don't have any set pieces. So I would say that is of primary importance here. Guess let's try gloves. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The gloves I'm looking for. Ancient. Yes, please. So, okay. Okay. So I'll keep Necro gear. because just never know. Okay, so there is gloves. Could go helm or shoulders, or I think pants is the next best bet. So no, not yet. 8 more rolls. I'll take the Tragools. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to... get the gems off of my wizard. Gotta remember that when I go back this time. Okay. Well, again, made a little progress. Got some ancient gloves there. Another 7 Paragon points. Back to the grind on the whiz. First task, I just want to drop some gems off. Just go 50 to these. And maybe we'll go 20 of each of these. All right, gems are in. That'll be helpful for Necro. Let's bump it up to 95s and see how those go. Yeah, Elite's a little slower dying. Yeah, this is the thing where I'm not putting or wasting my augments on this character. He won't blast as high and as fast. Still plenty blasting though. Plenty blasting. It's nice, Condi into power. And a good map. Well, that didn't feel any slower than the 90s, but I mean, okay, 4 pylons, 2 great maps. It's a sub 2. Ooh. Crazy enough as it is, this is my first Oryx Dream of the season. The whole season so far. Been blasting a lot of 90s too. Let's see just how much of a dream this is. Okay, Condi. What are we going to follow that up with? Channeling, always take that on this wizard. Basically unlimited teleports now. And not a bad floor. This is my favorite map by far, and nice on the power. Won't see much of that floor now. Fields of Misery, but there's another sub 2. Okay, we got a key. That's nice because I did plan to run a few Echoing Nightmares later for some augment gems. Okay, let's make some bag space and then we'll do another couple runs, 1 or 2 runs. Cemetery's good map too, though. Been on a run of good condis on these maps here. They're very helpful, obviously. Especially with this kind of character that just teleports around. Condi really helps. Wow, nice 3 pylons so far. Man, this is almost as good as the Oryx Dream. It wasn't even an Oryx Dream. Another sub 2. Taking that every day, all day, every day. Okay. Start just leveling that hoarder. I think I can do 1 more. I'm gonna leave a few blood shards on the ground, but it's all right. Let's do 1 more. class of 95s on a Talrasha wizard, and then flipping over to fresh level 70 necro that I'm trying to assemble a bone spear build for pretty quickly. So spending the shards there, crafting and upgrading some gear, things like that. That's what we're up to tonight. We're just also chatting about the week. Another interesting thing that happened this week was we booked a little family vacation. We haven't been on one in quite a while. So we're fortunate enough this year to have put ourselves in a position to go enjoy ourselves, and we all presented our case for what we wanted to do on our family vacation, and then we made a decision, and it ended up being, well, there were options. My daughter presented a cruise. Wasn't too stoked about that. Cruises are my least favorite kind of vacation, to be honest. Not gonna lie. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. There was a presentation on Iceland, which is high on my list. It's actually one of the closest countries to us, and given the fact that you'd only really want to travel there in the summer, it worked out as a pretty good option. But we settled on Costa Rica. So family and I are going to go out to Costa Rica in Central America this summer for what seems to be a pretty wild adventure. The country's really known for like jungle and rainforests and doing all kinds of like outdoor adventure-y things like that. So I've never been to anywhere south of Mexico on this side of the world, and I'm excited. I'm excited to check that out for the first time. Just so coincidentally happens that a few colleagues from work also just went there a few weeks ago, and they had an amazing time. So all in all, between the new car and the booking the family vacation, I'd say it was a pretty good week for us. Thank you for tuning in, checking out some D3 gameplay. We're just blasting away at season 31 here. Just gonna clear up these bags, and then I'm gonna switch over to the necromancer, spend those blood shards, and hope to make a little more progress on the bone spear build over there. Just a fresh level 70 necro on the go. That's what I'm thinking is going to be what I'm going to try to push with this season. Couple days here. Ooh, that looks better than what I have. So I'll just set that aside. Wow. That also looks a little better. All right. Clear this up. Man, that was a lot of ancient Talrasha gear in the bag there just now. How do you go like days without seeing it, and then it's just like in your bag after a couple runs? Okay, over to the necro. Let's see if we can make some more progress on the bone spear build. So far, we have managed to craft a Primal Scythe of the Cycle and gamble a nice pair of the ancient gloves. Not the best gloves there, without crit, but I'll take it. I'll take it from you, Kadala. Okay, so I think our next step is pants here. Looking for the bone spear pants. No dice. Another round. Ooh, ooh. Okay, nice. Well, there's the bone spear pants. So I got the 2-piece. We can go chest, shoulders, helm. I think the best bet is shoulders out of those 3. Let's just stash some stuff. Okay, so yeah, let's try shoulders next. Could always try boots too. But no, let's go with what we need. This out of here. Shoulders are a big pool. Tough to roll the shoulders. One more roll. Okay. Well, I'll keep all the necro stuff for now. Okay, now that we have some gems from the Wiz, I think we're gonna try to get a Haunting Visions and a Crisbin Sentence as well. So I'll make 10 amulets, make 10 rings for now. Let's see if we can upgrade. Running low on reusable parts though. Oh yeah, we should up in those. I still need Raylana's Shadow Hook too. Anyways, let's go. Let's try to hit a Haunting Visions. We're looking for Haunting Visions. Give me a Haunting Visions, please. Burning through those reusable parts too quickly here. I have to go on more bounty runs. Ugh. Oh, there it is. A Haunted Visions. Beautiful. Man, and it's Intel crit. You can't go wrong with that. Haunting Visions is really tough to roll. So, I mean, you're lucky to be getting 3 decent stats on that. All right. So now a Crisbin's Sentence, also really difficult to roll. Will basically, oh my god, rolls it on the first roll. Ancient, low affix, and not that great in terms of the stats there. Probably roll off intelligence for the socket and then have vitality, resistant attack. Attack speed is standard on that ring. Not great, but it's part of the build. So we're gonna take it. So next would be bracers, shoulders. It's coming together. It's definitely coming together. I got a Primal squirts, so say goodbye to that one. All right. Coming along. The Bone Spear Necro is coming along. Okay, I think we are going to on this break, do another thing I always do during my stream. I'm about halfway through, and getting my age, being a dad the way I am, it's so important to stretch. You have a little session like this, or you play games as frequently or at the durations that I do. Got to learn how to stretch. You might start, as you get older, really feeling it in your arms and wrists, shoulder, neck. So I always give you gamers a new stretch that you can do while seated, in the midst of while you're playing a game. And today we got something, stretch of the day, called the prayer position stretch. This one's super easy, and all you got to do is push your hands together, hands and fingers together like this, and you want to give them a good push. You want there to be tension between these hands. Push them together. You're going to feel the stretch right along those tendons all the way up through your elbows and into your shoulders. And if you want to increase the intensity of this stretch, you just lower your hands while keeping your elbows where they are. Ooh, yeah, that's feeling good. And guys, you're going to want to hold this one for 30 seconds. While you're on a loading screen, or while you're waiting for your buddies to show up, join your squad, or before or after your gaming session, this is a great little stretch just to give some bit of relief. Now remember, I'm not a doctor. I'm not even a medical professional of any kind. You should not be feeling any pain while you're stretching. There should just be a mild discomfort, but never any pain. So make sure you listen to your body. Don't do anything it doesn't want you to do. Okay, so that's the prayer position stretch, called that for obvious reasons. The other thing you can do as an equal and opposite motion there is the reverse prayer position stretch. Okay, so you're going to put your hands back to back together and push them in. Keep your elbows out to their side. Okay, you'll feel a little relief there at the top of your wrists. Nice. And just like the other one, there shouldn't be any pain, mild discomfort. All right, listen to your body, but you're going to hold that. So for 30 seconds. Right. Don't forget to use promo code SAFEDAD. Try out that stretch, the prayer position stretch, or the reverse prayer position stretch. All right, stretched out there halfway through the sesh, and we're ready to do some more blasting. Here we go. Whew, see, I can easily do another hour now. Oh, not of this map. Not looking good for our Leafs and our boy Austin Matthews. We're down 5-1 now at the second intermission. No goal yet for AM34. We're looking for number 70 tonight. I guess the only solace being down 5-1 is we might be able to just go balls to the wall here and try to get that 70th. Like, just pull the goalie. Who cares if we lose 12-1? Let's pull the goalie and go on a 20-minute power play for the third period and try to get this 70th goal. Coincidentally, there's a guy on the other team, and maybe he's done it. I haven't been paying that close attention to the game. But Kucherov on the Tampa Bay Lightning is also looking for his 100th assist tonight. He might have it, but I think the Tampa Bay coach joked that there should be a gentleman's agreement to just everyone pull the goalie and get these points out of the way and then just get on with our lives after this meaningless game, the last game of the regular season. Which, if you're a Leafs fan, you know the struggle of getting through another regular season and into the first round of the playoffs. Not only that, you're gonna play the goddamn Boston Bruins. Oh, jeez. Not cool. So, you know, it was fun this season, especially seeing Matthews having the season he did, but here we are again. First round of the playoffs, and unless they can make a deep run, it truly, it doesn't mean anything. All right, another one done. Oh, where's this boss? Get lost. Okay, good. He came up to me. Ooh. Something hurt. Let's go Hoarder. Keep the blast going here. Keep the blast going. We're blasting some 95s on my certified blasting Tal Rasha wizard here, and then we're flipping over to a fresh level 70 Necro to spend the mats and hopefully quickly build a Bone Spear Necro. So that's the plan we're working on right now. It's going pretty well so far. We've made some great progress on that Bone Spear build just with like a couple of rounds of these runs. So we're gonna keep blasting, and then in a bit we're gonna do a couple Echoing Nightmares as well. Need some augment gems for that Bone Spear build. Probably gonna try to push that to the limit this season. But for now, we got a certified blaster Talrash Whiz, teleporting around, dropping meteors everywhere. Pretty much doing sub 2 minute 95s here. Some nice lines through these maps on the wizards, especially with this teleport, right? Like, you cut a lot of corners if you know the maps well enough. All right, let's bring this home. One more map. That was a horrendous run of maps there on that rift. Oh, with my macro. All right, this run, I'm gonna tell my second craziest travel story of all time. So I told you guys in one of my previous streams about the trip to Tanzania and Arusha in particular, and the crazy night we had in Arusha. But the second craziest travel story of all time happened when my now wife and I traveled together to Southeast Asia. We went to Cambodia, Thailand, and Vietnam. It was in Vietnam where this part of the story happened, in Ho Chi Minh City. And we were going around to a particular market one day. It was real hot. We were walking around outside, and I think it was only like our second day since we arrived in Ho Chi Minh City. And in all honesty, it wasn't a great start there, especially having come from Thailand and Cambodia. It was just a different vibe. And right off the bat, the taxi from the airport did not go well. The people at the airport that got the taxi for us were saying, you know, you don't need to pay this man any fees. All of the tolls have been paid. So if he tries to get you to pay any more money, do not do that. He's just trying to, scam you, basically. So of course, we get to the first toll and he's asking us for money. We're trying to explain to him that it's already been taken care of. He got very angry, like slammed the book down on his dashboard and proceeded to just drive like an absolute maniac, presumably to just like scare us or whatnot. But in any event, we got to our hotel, and that was just like the welcome to Ho Chi Minh City. But in any event, day 2 or 3, we're walking around this market, super hot outside, and we hadn't done really much touristy things yet. We were just kind of settling into the city. And we get outside this market, and there's a fellow on a rickshaw, and looks like a Vietnamese guy, but he's got excellent English. And he says, "My name is Big Dong." And that's sounds funny to a lot of people, but dong is actually the currency in Vietnam. So I'm not sure if he was like saying he's called Big Money or something like that. But in any event, his name was Big Dong, and he's asking if we want to go on a tour on his rickshaw. So he's going to take us to all these tourist locations, the War Museum and these monuments, and you just got to sit back and relax. And he also like presents to us this logbook that he's collected from all the tourists that he's ever driven around, and there's like handwritten glowing reviews. And he says, you know, we tell him we're from Canada, and he says, "Oh, many Canadian people have signed this book. Look, Vancouver," and so on and so forth. So he really sold us. We decide, okay, yeah, let's go on this rickshaw drive. We're going to get a tour and go check out these sites. So when we agree to that, all of a sudden his buddy comes on a second rickshaw. I thought we were going to be sitting in the same rickshaw, but he says like, "No, you know, we can only take one person at a time. So, you know, we'll go and we'll just stay together. But, you know, your wife is on one and I'm on the other." Okay, so fine. It's we each hesitantly hop on our own rickshaws, and we get driven around, and we're going to all these venues, and we tour around, and I don't know, probably stop at like 5 or 6 different places. It was actually like a lovely day. So he takes us to our last tour, and he says, "Okay, yeah, there's one more stop. We're going to go to this one more stop." And all of a sudden, they veer off the main road. We start going into like this much more like residential area. And all of a sudden, we're kind of in like what can only be described as an alley. And The other thing that happened at this point is like we've been separated. So I can see my wife, but she's like 300 meters away. And Big Dong, who is my rickshaw driver, starts trying to shake me down for 3 million dong. And I'm like, first of all, I start doing the math, and it's like, I think in Cambodia we rented a Toyota Camry for a week for this price. Whatever it was, 3 million dong. So I'm telling him, no, there's absolutely no way, buddy. Listen, I want to give you a fair price. You drove our fat asses around all day, but 3 million dong, that's ridiculous. At the same time, I see the other guy trying to shake my wife down for the same amount, and or some amount. And I'm also like looking around where we are, and there's just like a couple of local people that were like doing dishes in the street, and they're just like not looking very friendly at us. And there's even like a man in uniform that's standing nearby. So like I'm getting the sense that like there's nobody here that's gonna help us with this situation. So anyway, I give him some money, what I thought was a fair amount, and he's literally like trying to reach into my wallet, and I'm shooing him off. I actually got physical with him, and eventually he just hopped on his rickshaw and started riding away, and he called out to his other guy, who also just like left my wife alone. My wife also ended up paying some money. She was physically threatened, and again we were separated, so I just ran to her, and we ended up getting back together, and all told, you know, we lost a bit of money. But that is the story of how I got robbed by Big Dong in Vietnam. Oh, nice little ancient puzzle ring. I think I'll do that because I want those mats. Second craziest travel story of all time, getting robbed by Big Dong in Vietnam. Okay, I'll keep that there. We're gonna go back to the Necro and try to keep assembling this Bone Spear build on a fresh level 70 Necro. Making a bit of progress on that so far. So we managed to upgrade a Crisbin Sentence, a Haunted Visions, but we're really looking for a shoulder, chest, helm here. I think there's even a belt that's part of this build. So let's go shoulders. Oh, there they are. Chest or helm now. Yeah, chest is tough. Well, both of these are tough. I think what I'm gonna do is just take a shot on boots and then go for the convert. Didn't get the boots yet. No. Yeah, let's go boots. Boots have the best chance of rolling. No dice. No dice. Oh, I shouldn't have salvaged those Skeleton King shoulders. Those were actually from my stash. Ah, well. Okay, nothing doing there. Could try to upgrade some bracers. Damn, really running short on these reusable parts, though. That's why I might have to do that ancient puzzle ring. Okay. I'll try to take a shot on like 5 bracers. Man, but that is going to be it for my reusable parts. It's the problem with assembling the build quickly. You can get it done, but you'll be drained after. Third period has started in the Toronto-Tampa Bay game. We're still looking for Austin Matthews' 70th goal. Keep y'all posted. None of those bracers are helpful. It's too bad. So maybe what I do, there's another little trick to collecting reusable parts that I might have to employ here. First off, we'll run the puzzle ring. There's a map that you can go to collect a lot of gray items, and then I can, oh, actually, there's an even better way to do that, which is just buy it from the vendors. Forgot about that for a second. There we got, yeah, so probably gonna need at least 13. All right, so we got to convert veiled crystals to reusable parts. And we'll do a puzzle ring, and we'll keep blasting. Ancient puzzle ring. Really, the best way to get those mats is bounties, but I kind of loathe doing bounties right now. Okay, that's about as even as I want to get them right now. Ancient puzzle ring, here we go. Okay, we got some more blood shards. Nice bit of gems. Don't forget the reusable parts. I've already killed things in here. Some pretty uninteresting goblins. Yeah, we're getting the mats, so I'm not going to complain. Man, that one seems short on goblins too. Usually there's some in this hallway here. I have to kill the boss because I just can't live with that portal in town. We got a Toronto power play here for the next minute. AM34 looking for goal 70. Okay. back to another round of 95s. We'll fill these blood shards one more time and go back to work on the necro, and then I think I'm going to cap it off for the night with some echoing nightmares. This wizard. Okay, nice start with a Condi there. For this round, we're going to do a segment that we do on every stream. It's become affectionately known as hashtag Dadvice. So let's get to this week's Dadvice for you all. Today's Dadvice is level up in life. Level up in life. Just like in our favorite video games, where we level up when we gain experience and we unlock new power and skills, in life we gain experience and we unlock new levels. Just like becoming a father, or even if you're not a dad, various milestones through adulthood, right? So, you know, you get your first job and make your first sale, you level up, don't you? You become a dog owner, level up. You use a snowblower for the first time, you level up. You cut some 2x4 with a table saw, you level up. Life is all about gaining experience and leveling up. Now, things aren't always as smooth and easy and fun as video games, but just like how we have to grind in a game to get what we're after, life is a lot like that. So don't be afraid to treat your life like a game. Gain experience, level up, because in the long run, it's going to be highly rewarding for you. So yeah, when things for me get tough, sometimes I just try to remind myself like I'm playing a video game. I'm just gaining experience and I'm leveling up and I'm unlocking new powers and skills. I also do like to reward myself, just like in video games. Not as much of a dopamine rush when it's on a long cycle like that, but don't be shy about rewarding yourselves for all those little wins in life, guys, because there's a lot of them. And just remember, life, believe it or not, is a lot like playing a video game, and that's why you got to think about leveling up in life. It's the Dadvice for this week, guys. Thanks for checking in as always. Right, finish this rift up. And on to the next one. It's the grind. Gaining experience, we're leveling up. That doesn't happen as fast in real life. It's a longer grind, slower burn, but same shit. I don't think I want that past 25. Let me check this Bone Spear build and see if there's any other... No, I don't think there's any other gems other than what I got to level up, so we'll just go stricken. Still looking for a double drop Primal tonight. It's a lot of 90s and 95s now that we've gone through without... Oh no, we did see one. Never mind, my bad. We did have a double drop. I didn't even see it on the ground. Only noticed them in my bag after. Well, hey, another one would be nice. Come on. We need to clip some content here, Blizz. Give us a double Primal drop. Is there like settings for streamer mode here? Increase the drop rate? Oh, totally turned around here. In the old plague tunnels. How did that puzzle ring do on my mats? Okay, stabilized me a little bit. And where's the pylons on this map? Get out of here. Ah, keeps. Brutal Rift. Any word on Diablo 4 Season 4 yet? I don't think I've heard a date as of yet. But I noticed that a lot of the big boys have started going back to making Diablo 4 content. It's going to be tough to buy into anything until we see the Season 4 patch notes. But I guess they're still just testing everything out and getting us ready for Season 4 whenever it does come out. I'll be glad to consult their build guides when it does. Okay, one more rift and then we'll go over to the Necro. One more round of assembling the build over there. Looking for Bone Spear. Gather round, my children. Come suck my meteors. I thought we got these orbs picked up automatically now that we got the altars done. Oh, Condi, how I missed you. A while since I've seen one of those. Been a while since we've seen a half-decent map, to be honest. There's a pylon up here. Channeling's always good because we just basically teleport around from there. Yeah, nice little spot there for pylons always. Come up. Come up to the door there when you got that boss spawn there. Don't run down to it. He'll teleport up unless it's one of those stupid bosses that don't move. Okay, yeah, that's close enough to the my blood shard cap right now. So we'll pop back over to the Necro and try to finish off that build. Getting a little closer anyway. And then on the flip side of that, we're just going to run a few Echoing Nightmares. I'm going to try to find some augments. Well, not find, but you know what I mean. Collect some augments. Okay, so on the Necro, we're still looking for chest and helm. My strategy last time was to roll boots and try to find the boots to convert. Do I do that again, or do I go chest? Yeah. Just gonna go helm this time. Yeah, this is the problem. It's a lot harder to roll a helm than boots. We go one round of boots. It's just as hard to roll the boots there. Okay, well, finish with a chest. Oh, no, pestilence. Okay, well, I do have some mats there. Try to upgrade these last bit of chests. No dice. The last thing we need is that Raylana's shadow hook too, so I can try to upgrade some two-handed scythes. Nada. This was not a very fruitful turn on the Necromancer here. Fate's Vow. Oh yeah, I think I better keep that one. Because I am collecting some Rathma gear there as well. Okay, let's do a round of two-handed scythes. Start with 5. Got a Leaf's goal, but it was not Matthew's. What a shame. All right, upgrading rare items. No, we're looking for Raylana's shadow hook. There it is. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, let's get that into the cube. There she is. All right, so we got the cube done. Got a primal weapon. We've got the 4-piece with a ring of royal grandeur, but we need chest and helm still. All right, well, I'll tell you what. We might have one more round of building on the necro after a few echoing nightmares on the wizard. So let's switch over again back to the wizard. And we're going to do some echoing nightmares. We'll collect a few more blood shards anyways and see what else we come up with. Let's see what we can do in echoing nightmares now. The 5 keys. And I usually put on an echoing nightmare build. Because there's a few slight changes to the echoing nightmare build that I like to run. I put that moratorium gem in one of my jewelry. It basically takes 35% of damage taken and staggers it over time. So that's great if you're like me and you just end up eating those green meteors in echoing nightmares. And then on the skills, I have Comet on my meteor just to control the battlefield a little bit more, and that frees up a slot on Frost Nova. I can get a little more damage there with magic weapon, force weapon, and I got safe passage on teleport instead of wormholes. So just a few little tweaks to guarantee that I get a level 125 gem. But also I like to try to get to the Goblin Shrine if I can. We'll see how far I can get here. Let's take speed early. Oh, get out of there. Yeah, different flow when you're not using Thunder Crash and the meteors are falling immediately. It feels like now what is quite a delay in my meteors falling, but it's all good. Follow the trail of skulls and kill those little things that they're spawning out of. Follow the skulls on the minimap or the explosions of flames there. Follow that trail and you'll find the treasure at the end, which is killing that machine. Okay, entering into tier 100, which is usually when I take the power, but we're gonna wait till there's green things on the ground here. They are now. Okay, let's see how I do with this power. It's been a while since I've been in an Echoing Nightmare. I've probably got like, oh geez, probably close to 300 or 400 more Paragons since the last time I was in one of these. So it's definitely going a lot better. I know a lot of people just go to 125 and stop, which is totally fine. You're only after the augments, but given where my crafting materials are at right now and the build I want to still assemble on my Necro, I think I'm going to try to spawn the Goblin Shrine and hope for some mats, so see how far I can take this. Yeah, the problem with this Condi is you really got to just get in there. Oh man, no goblin shrine. There it is, finally, but I'm gonna be overwhelmed. Yeah, I see my friends in chat, Big Blaster's doing 150s in 5 minutes now on the four player. Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of Paragon, which is why I cannot compete on those leaderboards anymore, and I play solo self-found instead. Okay, there's 125. We'll just pop that in there. Those ancient racers might be something. My salvaging macro is not working that great tonight. Okay, let's keep that train rolling. I hate this map. This is the one Echoing Nightmare map I can't stand because of the obstructions in the middle. Okay, so what did we learn from the last one? That Goblin Shrine probably got to delay the Condi until around tier 125 if I can. Okay, next potion cooldown, I'll grab the channeling as well. Nice little double potion action there. Okay. Green things on the ground will take the power. Still looking pretty good here, though. Okay, let's try to get to 125 before I take Condi. Yeah, that thing is not dying as fast, though. Okay, 125, and I need the Condi now. Oh, I heard the goblins. Where you at? Okay, just gotta get in here and stand in here. It's gonna be the death of me. That's it. Okay, well, bunch of mats there. That's exactly what I was looking for. So it's worth it. puzzle ring. Ooh. Crit. Whatever on a Halo of Carini. Not ancient, and the affix is a bit low. But it's probably a keeper. Okay, one more Echoing of Nightmare, and then I think I'll probably be full on blood shards again too. Go back to the Necro. Looks like my Leafs took quite a beating tonight, and I didn't see in the background here our boy Austin Matthews scoring his 70th goal of the season, unfortunately, so that's a bummer, but I mean, still amazing nonetheless. It's one of like 11 or 12 people to ever score 69 in a season. That's pretty wild. Anyways, all comes down to our typical season, which is what happens in the first round of the playoffs, and now we got to play the Boston Bruins, which is, there's a bad history there. Not good. Okay, looking good here. Getting into tier 100. Try to delay the power just a little bit more here. Yeah, the problem with Comet too is the ground clutter that it causes on the Meteor. Look at that. Barely see anything on the ground anymore. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to take power here. I'll go Condi as well now. Okay, goblins, come out to play. Man, this is getting hot and heavy here. There they are. Just gotta stand in there and eat it. Eat it. Yeah. Got no choice there. Just eat it. 11 shots on net, Critic? Yeah, I don't know, man. Why weren't we pulling the goalie there when we're down 5? Getting him his 70th. I guess it's like the NHL and they don't do stupid shit like that, but that would have been cool to see. He's a beast, nonetheless. We're lucky to have him. I was just watching in the background here, giving some play-by-play throughout the stream. Have no idea if anyone is interested, but glad you mentioned Matthews. Okay, so we're capped on blood shards there. I'm gonna go back to the necro, and we managed to boost our crafting materials there quite a bit. So let's go back to the necro and see if we can roll a a chest and a helm. That's what we're looking for now. A chest and a helm on the Bone Spear build. All right, Kadala, you stingy bitch. We need a chest and a helm. And the conundrum is, do we just roll the boots? Because it's a lot easier. There's a much smaller loot pool with boots. So there's a higher chance that we get the set boots, and then we can try to convert. Boots, all in on boots. No. All the wrong boots. All the wrong boots. Okay, one more boots roll. Come on, baby. Bone Spear boots. No. Wait, oh, Rathmus. Okay, one more boots roll. I'll try to upgrade those. So stupid upgrading boots, but I'm impatient. I'll take Tragools. Oh, Rathma. I think we got 6-piece Rathma there now anyway. Did Kucherov get his 100th assist in that game? I wasn't paying that close attention. But yeah. Oh, there they are. The Bone Spear boots. Okay, now for the speed build of Bone Spear, I don't actually need the boots, so I could try to convert these to a chest and a helm. I'm going to keep upgrading. Got enough mats here. Hopefully hit another pair of the boots. Three more chances, boys. A lot of Rathma. Okay, last chance boots. Oops. All right. No dice. But now we got to try to convert that item. We're looking for either a helm or a chest. Gloves won't do it. Boots again. Helm or chest. Those are not a helm or chest. Okay, there's the helm. We'll take that. We'll take that. Oh, he got his 100th assist in Big Standing O, eh? Damn it. I really wanted to see that number 70. Did you hear the stat on players who have got 100 assists before? It's like there's only like 3 other players who got 100 assists, and then Wayne Gretzky did it 11 times. It's just like so ridiculous. God. some NHL talk on the stream tonight. How do you like that? We still have a bit more mats. You know, maybe we can just go all in on this chest. I'm so impatient. I want this build in order, so... just try for it. Start with 5. No. Got it! Got it on the second roll. All right, boys. We got the Bone Spear build. Well, yeah, we need... actually... meant to put that Ring of Royal Grandeur on, so... okay, we need bracers, though. And a belt. Should we keep rolling those? Let's do it. All right, well, we might be able to start farming on this necro anyways now. Yeah. Okay, belt and bracers. I think bracers are more important. Board, yeah. We are looking for Gelmindor's Marrow Guards. Gelmindo's Marrow Guards, where are you? Man alive. Nothing doing. Nothing doing. Any Oozlebees, we got a six-piece bonus set now on Bone Spear. I think we could at least start doing some rifts there to farm the gear. Oh, I could probably put on Guardians there in the meantime. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this guy's ready. Yeah, I got the soundboard going now. I was waiting for the 70th goal, man. I was gonna give it a... but no. My dad advice tonight had sound effects too. It was all about leveling up in life. All right, boys. 2 more Echoing Nightmares, and then whatever we got at the end of that, we're gonna go back to the Necro, see if we can just roll a bit more gear, and then we gotta call it a night. Oh, hey Keaton, what's up, buddy? So D3, does it feel any different? There are a couple of upgrades in the last few seasons that definitely make it feel different. One of them is this Altar of Rites has been made a permanent feature of the game. And you basically go through here and you sacrifice a bunch of materials throughout your leveling process. Like you have to sacrifice a challenge rift cache or blood shards, or actually you have to craft a staff of herding to sacrifice. And all kinds of stuff. But these nodes here give you all kinds of quality of life and power and defense as well. So you got things like elite packs dropping 1 additional progress orbs. You got your pets picking up death's breath. Right? How nice is that? You've got all of these potion powers. So whenever you drink a potion, you get these like superpowers. And then once you've unlocked it all, the big node there at the bottom is you get double primal drops. So whenever a primal item drops, a second random primal drops as well too. So that's always a nice feeling to get a double primal. A couple of other features now. You can salvage your primal legendaries, and when you have enough of those materials, you can actually craft your own primal. So you can basically upgrade another legendary item to a primal. So that's another nice feel, because you could basically always have one crafted primal on. So we see here, I crafted that one earlier tonight. And there's this other feature in the game called Visions of Enmity that basically, like, every enemy you kill in the open world has a chance at spawning this vision, which is basically a portal that takes you through these like little mini map levels of rifts, and they're pretty highly rewarding, especially in terms of bounty mats. So really, instead of running bounties, you just go try to farm these visions. So, you know, there's a bunch of ways that it feels different than long ago, but it's not going to give you the complexity of Path of Exile. That's for sure. In fact, I would rate the complexity of Diablo 3 pretty low in terms of other ARPGs. And I would even say the flexibility is pretty low as well. Like, there's a certain way you're playing, there's a certain thing you're doing. It's a very linear path in Diablo 3. I'm just like an eternal fanboy. It's probably the game that I've put the most hours into over the years, and I love the start of new Diablo 3 seasons, which we're into right now. Just started last Friday, so I'm just having fun, blasting a few characters, and I'll try to get my name up on the leaderboard probably this weekend, and that'll be it. It'll be a fun week of gaming for me. I am one of those folks who does unfortunately feel like Path of Exile is on too far on the complexity scale for me. But PoE has been into another season as well. I've been seeing that the seasonal theme wasn't getting a lot of love from the big blasters and the streamers. And I also spent a lot of time recently playing Last Epoch, which I thought was, for me, a perfect blend of complexity and flexibility. I put out an official review of that game on my YouTube channel not too long ago. But suffice to say, I'm still a little intimidated by Path of Exile, even though I've only ever really put like 20 to 30 hours in on that game. But it was a situation where I just felt overwhelmed. So kudos for anyone who's into that game, because I'm not that hardcore of a gamer. Not in the slightest. Too busy talking. We're getting to blast here. Yeah, so D3 does feel a little different. There's been some features that were added, you know, too little too late into the game's development, frankly. But what ended up happening was, like, as getting closer to D4 and it was becoming clear that D3 wasn't really going to have much of a future. They just basically started adding everything the community had ever asked for in the game. So while that's nice and fun now, it's just too little too late. I hope D4 doesn't suffer a similar fate, but not having much trust in the Blizzard development team right now. Although Season 4 does look like it's going to be an improvement. Yeah, but on the flip side, you got GGG with PoE, and you got 11th Hour Game with Last Epoch now, and they clearly have a modern approach to development where they get feedback from their player base and incorporate that into the game. And for whatever reason, Blizzard just cannot seem to do that. Once again, too busy talking, not paying attention to blasting. That would have been nice to get all those goblins down there, but all good. Yeah, a lot more quality of life these days in this game. And thanks for tuning in, by the way, dude. Appreciate it. Like it could be a puzzle ring. I'll hang on to that. All right, one last echoing nightmare, boys. Yeah, these echoing nightmares are probably something pretty new to the game as well. It's basically a quick way to get a level 125 gem that you can then use to augment your gear. So instead of way back in the day when we were like running rifts to upgrade our gems and then augment our gear, this is just like an accelerated path to gain that power spike, which is nice. Yeah, that's cool, man. You know, one of the factors I usually rate when I do a game review in terms of accessibility is how easy a game is to learn. So if you're doing that in PoE and you're enjoying that path to learning and gaining experience, leveling up and gaining new skills and power, that's all that matters, man. Actually, that goes right along with my dadvice tonight that I gave, which was called Leveling Up Dad Edition. Just like video games, man. You gain experience, you grind it out, you level up, you gain new skills and power. We do that in life too. Right? That's all we're doing in life. Gaining experience, grinding it out, leveling up, new powers, new skills. Oh, you cut some 2x4s with a table saw? Leveled up. You became a pet owner today? Got yourself a dog? Leveled up. Sorry for anyone else who was already tuned in to the Dadvice earlier, but I try to treat life like a video game when, especially when you're on a real grind in life and things aren't going so well. I just try to remember, man, you're just gaining experience to level up, which in the long run is going to be rewarding. I know, right? I'm with you, Keaton. I can't believe how much rope I've given Blizzard with Diablo 4 already. Like, I've played pretty hard since launch, every season, multiple characters. And they keep delivering a fucking shit sandwich that I have no problem chowing down on for a couple months at a time. But season 4, it might be it for me, and unless they really pull it off. I was mentioning that game Last Epoch. They have definitely taken some inspiration from Last Epoch on their new crafting system and itemization. So I really enjoyed that in Last Epoch, and we'll see how it turns out in Diablo. But yeah, it's pretty clear that those Microsoft core values of emulating, enhancing, and eradicating are in full force now at Blizzard. All right, well, what was cool about that one was I almost got to the max level of 150, so this wizard's gaining in power here. Pretty good. But in any event, so yeah, I'll just stash these 125 gems away. So that'll basically be 625 main stat that I'll get to add to my gear. You see these gloves have that right now, plus 625 intelligence on there. So each one of these gems that you collect from an Echoing Nightmare represents another 625 to your main stat. Got 5 of them kicking around right now. No more Echoing Nightmare keys, though. That was a puzzle ring, which is always good to have around. Ooh, and I need one of these for my follower on my Necromancer. All right. So I'm gonna go one more time back to the Necro and spend these blood shards here, boys. I guess now I am looking for the bracers, would be the big one. But I mean, we pretty much assembled this Bone Spear build during this stream right now. Just from farming and grinding on the wizard, which is like completely blasting right now, and spending blood shards and crafting materials on this necromancer. So you can really pull a build together fast if you utilize all of the systems in this game. Case in point, this all happened in one night here. So we're going bracers. We're looking for, again, what's the name of those damn things? Glemindor's Marrow Guards. Gelmindor's Marrow Guards. Gelmindor's Marrow Guards. Where are you? Gelmindor's Marrow Guards. I want you. Okay. Nada. All right. Well, we're going to do a couple cheeky things here. We're going to even out our materials. Need a gray item, which you can usually buy from vendors. You can convert crafting materials from one kind to another here just to try to get them even. And right now I have a bit more veiled crystals than my other two, so I'm going to convert some of those to even them out. So there we go. Now I got about 500 of each. And then we're going to try to get these Glemindor's Marrow Guards by upgrading rares. Got him! Nice, I love when that shit happens. Okay, now there's still a belt though. There's still a belt, and if we can get this belt, then that will have been the entire build in a single night. Which is wild. I didn't expect that, but the belt that we're looking for is Dainty's Binding. So let's roll. We're gonna go all in on belts. Belts. Oh my god. First one. First one. We got a whole bone spear build there, boys. It's fucking wild. We rolled the whole build in a single night. I think we ought to take it for a spin. What do you guys think? Since we rolled this entire build in a single night, I really feel like we should take it for a spin. Now, I don't have any legendary gems really. Oh, okay. Let's just do what I can here with the gems. I don't want to spend time crafting a bunch of gems, but let's just put in what I got. And let's take this for a spin. Yeah, we're totally blasting. We got everything, every aspect of this build. We filled up the cube. We got a primal weapon, 6-piece bonus, haunted visions, and an ancient Crisbin sentence. All of that in one night. Let's see if this this Necro can handle a level 90, which is basically a benchmark, because you can do a 90 fast, then you're getting basically the maximum amount of loot from a rift. Okay. Boys, boys, boys. The bone spear has come online. Yeah, so this is where like complexity and flexibility comes into play here, right? I guess if you're like, you've never seen Diablo 3 before, that might be a little complex what I did. I used a lot of systems to gamble gear, craft gear, upgrade gear, etc. But I mean, in the course of 2 hours and 39 minutes since I've been streaming, I went from nothing on this build to absolutely here demolishing a level 90 rift, the gear that I've acquired. I don't think you can do that in a lot of the other games that we're talking about, right? Not even close. But at the same time, that's what's kind of fun about Diablo 3 too to me. Oh, this is powerful, boys. It's fun too. Look at these bone spears flying everywhere. The season theme right now in Diablo 3 actually is around that the cube that we were looking at. Instead of cubing a weapon, an armor slot, and a jewelry slot, the season theme right now is that you can basically cube anything in any slot. And so the Necromancer is the big winner of this season theme right now, because you can basically slot in 3 weapons that just give like crazy multiplicative damage. So that's what I've done, and you can kind of see what the fuss is all about. I'm gonna try to run away and hope he teleports to me. He did. Nice. Boom. Okay, so now we're blasting on the Necro, so now we don't have to do any of that gambling and crafting anymore. We can just keep Running 90s. There's nothing really I want to level on the gem front there. All right, well, I was gonna get ready to call it, but now I'm just having too much fun in the bone spear. I think I can keep going a little bit. Normally I ask on stream how everyone would rate their day, but it's on a scale of -2, really bad day, -1, kind of bad day, +1, good day, or +2, great day. So if you're out there, you don't mind chiming in on chat, feel free to rate your day on that scale. And yes, you're right, there is no neutral zero, man. Don't cop out with no neutral zeros. -2, -1, +1, +2. Those are the options. Oh yeah, we got an essence problem though. I guess I can't willy-nilly be firing these bone spears, or I have to be using this grim scythe a little more. I mean, it feels like this bone spear is going to be able to do a lot higher level, a lot faster than the wizard. I can feel the power. I can feel bones crunching when I toss out these bone spears. So, I mean, this is just like the most basic gear that I was able to cobble together on this character in the last couple hours. Imagine when it's ancient and augmented. It's going to be the real deal. Expected a little better boss killing though. Oh, what we could really use now is one of those double primal drops. Okay, I'll level up another Bane of Powerful for this character. Oh my gosh. Ha! I had totally forgotten something. I didn't even have a an offhand, but this is the one I'm looking for. So it's hilarious. I'm just like smashing these Greater Rift 90s without even a full complement of gear. Well, that's nice. That's going to be a nice little stat stick there. Yeah. Right. I want to keep Traghoul stuff. I love that build. Traghoul, Blood Nova. Nothing else really doing here. Okay, so now the question is, what do I gamble on? I think go boots. I'd still try to get the set boots. There they are. Okay, got him if I need him. Kind of Oculus and time. Haven't done any inventory management this season because there's just plenty of stash space. No need to mess around. Okay, so 3-minute 90s. Not the best. Let me just see what another one feels like now that I have actually all the gear. Okay, that guy was deleted. Yeah, so lots of good times tonight. We did a lot of blasting on the wizard, assembled a build on the bone spear, what we set out to do. We farmed some visions of enmity, did those echoing nightmares for some augment gems, and along the way we talked about just some highlights from the week for me, acquiring a new automobile for the family. It's exciting, nice ride. We booked a family vacation to Costa Rica this summer. And I told my second craziest travel story ever, which was getting robbed by a guy named Big Dong in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. It was a good night. It was a good night. Stay tuned for the stream highlights. I always try to clip up some highlights from every stream and post those to my channel sometime on the weekend. They're always a fun watch, I think. A little 10-minute highlight pack of the stream. And then I honestly don't know what's next until D4 comes out. I'm gonna probably get pretty tired of D3 after this coming weekend. There won't be much left to do. So I'm actually thinking, boys, I don't know what your take is, but I think I might go try to play a couple indie games. I know there's some votes on my channel for Baldur's Gate 3. That's one I really got to sink my teeth into. I feel like I might need to book a 2-week vacation to play Baldur's Gate 3. I might want to try some indie games where, like, you know, it's only a couple hour time commitment from beginning to end. Some of the best games, some of my best memories are games like that. There's a game actually called Brothers. Really only took like 2 to 3 hours to play, but man alive, it was such a good story and such a good gaming experience. You basically have to play these two characters at once, two brothers, and help them through this world. But each joystick on your controller controlled one of them. So it was so unique. And the other one I remember playing that was like that was called Firewatch. Short game, there was a beginning and an end, but it was just, the story was so engaging. Man, this is not cool. I have no essence and I can't kill this boss. So yeah, I don't know if anyone else has recommendations like that for an indie type of game. But I think that's what I might look into for next week on the stream. All right, boys. This is my last run. It's my last 90 before I got to call it a night and try to be an adult here and get a half decent night to sleep before I go crush it at work tomorrow. So, last one. I'll tell you one thing, this build is definitely faster than I gave it credit for in my mind, which is why I played the wizard to start out the season, because I just thought it would be much faster at this stage of the game. But this bone spear is moving really nicely through these rifts. Doesn't feel slow at all. Until you get to a level like this. Bunch of windy roads. Yeah, it's so weird. Like most of the rift, I have absolutely no essence problem. Like it's not even going down, and then you get to the boss and I'm completely out. So I don't know what's going on. I gotta probably figure out how to play this a little better. It's been a while since I've played a bone spear. Come on, you, where? Yeah, one point of difference is you kind of got to be particular about where you're throwing these bone spears, whereas on that wizard, I'm just throwing meteors down on the ground and they're killing everything. Alright, here we go. Bring it home with Vesalius. Okay, made quick work of that. Holy shit. Made the leaderboard on solo self-found Necro there with a quick 90. Okay, well there's going to be some potential there. What's oh my gosh, Zeph has already done a 150 in 5 minutes and 45 seconds. And he's already 2000 Paragon and has done a Legacy of Dreams build. Well, damn. There's a blaster for you. There's lots of, there's already like 11 150s solo self-found necromancers. Well, I don't think I'm going to compete with that, but maybe I can get in the top 50 to a 130 plus right now. Hopefully. No more Primal drops tonight. That's too bad. Been a fun time though. The streaming Wednesday nights always puts me in such a great mood. It's coming on midnight where I live though, boys, so I do have to sign off and call it a night. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm Axxicus, your friendly neighborhood casual gaming dad. And if you know, now you know. If you don't know, now you know. All right. Anything good here? Not really. Yes, you too, Keaton. Thanks for checking in, buddy. Nice to meet you. And the rest of you, thanks for tuning in. Maybe we catch you next week, same time, same place. Who knows what we'll be playing then? But in any event, I hope it'll be entertaining nonetheless. And you all have a good night. Do I got a sound for the end of this?